I'm Quent.
I'm Aron. Together, we're idiots.
Quent and Aron.
Also, individually, we're idiots too. But put us together, and we're a triumvirate of idiots.
Oh man, it's so bad.
The apex of
Yes.
stupidity. So, Quint, what are we going to talk about today?
I believe that we are going to be discussing our next scene.
Oh, so very exciting. That's good because we haven't really talked about it because the bastard characters just randomly added in on us. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Two characters, really. One of which, who's Bert?
Well, the two characters who added the story in on us were Wolf and Dex. Dex, I expected.
It's actually Dex's dad.
Yes, but Wolf and Dex were the main drivers of that scene. And it's always Wolf's fault. Whose fault is it?
Wolf's fault.
Yes. The only thing unusual is that Dex did something wrong because that's not his MO. No. Although it's nice to actually have a chance to explore him because of all of them, he is the most, he's kind of the hardest to get to know because he's very reserved.
He's very reserved and he's very controlled. So
he's very still waters run deep.
Yes. Yeah. So, and then, so there's Bert. Who's Bert or Aron?
Yeah, no one will ever figure it out. We're incredibly crafty with that one, though. Never knew. Not like we recorded a few of these. With
every other video, one of us slips up.
Yes. We are highly specialized and crafty at our trade.
There
was an Ernie, but Ernie is not around anymore. Bert is Dex's dad. That's his goat, his billy goat. And if any of you have ever been around billy goats, they're not necessarily the most pleasant of creatures if you piss them off or walk near their food or exist when they don't want you to.
Yes, breathe next to them.
Breathe at all.
Yes. So we set up a scene before this where Mason is, of course, tracking down the team, trying to profile them and figuring out their support network and who they have to rely on while he's hunting them down. And so he goes and he visits Dex's dad, in which case Bert materialized and really kind of stole the scene.
He really did.
We had to exit Bert.
I was unaware that Bert existed until we started that scene, and then Bert decided he's a main fucking character.
Yep, thanks, he Bert. Owned that scene.
He did. I think might be one of the few things Mason is genuinely afraid of.
Yes, because he, for all of his issues and like all of the problems that the team have with Mason, he fully understands right and wrong, and he's very black and white about it. He's probably more black and white about right and wrong than Cruiser is.
Oh yeah. Yes, because he spent much more time examining why things are right and wrong, and Cruiser just doesn't.
Yes. No, it's just inherently kind of what he believes.
So therefore everyone else should, and if they don't, they're stupid.
They are. They're very stupid, and he has no use for them.
Yes, which is great if he ever finds someone exactly like him.
Yes. So eventually that scene, which established Bert, led to, and it established Bert and Dex's dad, because we hadn't really touched too much on him before.
Which, fun fact, Dex's dad is a former small town police officer who is now in a wheelchair due to an on-duty incident.
Yes.
But it doesn't matter when you got an attack goat.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. So this scene is them going to visit, like, shit has hit the fan. Fletcher's off the walls. Everybody finally understands that. Cruiser's out of contact. We had to rearrange this several times.
But yeah, up the cheat sheet. I can't exactly remember where Cruiser's at.
Yeah. Do you want me to share the screen on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Somebody's fancy and made a list. Who could it be?
Except I couldn't make the list without you.
It's good because I would never remember where the list is at.
It's so true. It's a team
I
effort.
hope that didn't just share your name everywhere.
I don't think so.
Well, I'll give you a hint. It's Quint.
All right. So we are here, top of chapter 13. So this is
shockingly Cruiser in a bar fight. Really, that's pretty much a standard in
What?
several books. We should change that to Cruiser losing a bar fight.
I mean, that's no
He
different.
never wins them.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
mean,
say, how does that distinguish it from any other scene?
I just think we should put that right there so it's very clear from the get-go. He's going to lose this fight.
Yeah.
That's why he has them.
Yeah, no, it is why he has them. So it actually works really well because he is out of contact. So I'm assuming that Wolf is gonna want to get a hold of Cruiser to see like if he's available, and he's out of contact. And
well, yeah.
Huh?
Because in the scene after that, Dex gets the call from his dad. Now, just because his dad's in a wheelchair, I don't think that man is any less capable. He is probably a combination of many characters, but he was a lot of fun to play because he had many tricks up his sleeve. And I would just say that it ends very dramatically because Dex is pretty sure that, his dad is having a heart attack. And his dad may or may not be faking said heart attack just to get to a hospital where it's easier to escape from.
He would never do that. He was a man of the law.
Man of law is that the sickly old man in a wheelchair certainly can't harm you boys any. But he does name drop Micky and Bert in that scene. Micky, for the record, is an actual person. Bert
Yes.
is just the devil, but an adorable looking devil, so it's okay. I see you got a picture of Dex's house there. We really need to throw in a picture of Bert.
We should. We can find one. I can put it in there. I'd actually
go...
like to get pictures of all of their childhood homes and just really kind of nerd out on that whole front.
We really need the farm aspect of Dex's home there. But the
I don't know if I can still find that picture.
It's okay. I can just go up the street and get some pictures of their goats. Of course, they don't have billy goats because
they're smart.
To put out there. No, because they were too mean. No, too mean. They also like to do things that billy goats like to do, especially in the springtime, and it doesn't smell very pleasant. Just for the record. Yes, I live a life where I know what that smells like. Don't judge me. Judge me. I don't give a fuck. But basically, that scene ends very dramatically, and it also ends with Dex and Wolf having to bail out of their safe house. So yes, they would try to contact Cruiser and not be able to get him. And they'll get a hold of Chance and go running to visit Dex's dad.
We do have to figure out where Chance is during that scene.
He's on watch.
It's a good place.
Look at me fixing problems.
Look at that at the drop of a hat.
Boom. Didn't even need notes or nothing. I will forget this in like 20 minutes.
This is why we record things.
That would be very helpful.
There are far more recordings on my computer than there are on YouTube. Mostly so that we have a reference. And
then we forget where they're at.
If we could ever do a short video instead of 2 hours of us rambling on to finally get to a point, it would be really helpful.
Well, we could do with this one. We're just talking about how we're figuring out what's going to go on in this scene. And basically, we got to get the three of them have to go to Dex's family home, which we put him in Kentucky. I can't remember. Shocking,
is.
I know.
It is Kentucky. I think it's like LaGrange or something. LaGrange, Kentucky. It's some small town, Kentucky, is where we
I think
wound
they
up putting
just
him.
got hit with the terrible floods too. Sorry about that, guys.
Maybe
So they're gonna have to get to Kentucky and figure out why Dex's dad purposely name dropped Micky and Bert.
Yes.
And the important thing is with name dropping Bert, there's only two people in the world that can get near that miserable bastard, and it's Dex's dad, kind of, and Dex, who that stupid goat loves.
Yes.
Mostly because it's probably the one thing in the world he can't knock over with his head. He's a goat. He likes to ram things with his big head.
Oh, Wolf
And he
is so
just-
taking some horns to the ass.
Oh, shucks, so darn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Wolf can command everything. Yeah. Emery
Chance
might need
is
to
just he's
meet
gonna
this
volunteer
goat.
for watch. Like, I'm out.
Oh, no. Chance is not going into an animal pen.
No, he's not.
You see how much I paid for these shoes?
I'm gonna be in the car.
I'm going to go secure the kitchen.
Yeah.
Securely.
He's all high and mighty about things until you visit his childhood home, one of several.
I think that Fletcher might have him beat on a couple of them. My childhood alley.
Yes.
In a couple of years here. Good times. The blood stain from where they killed that hobo. I'm sorry. There's no hobos anymore.
There are no hobos.
Are there?
You are not PC. PC
I don't
police
know
are
if
going to come
hobos
down
was
on you.
ever PC.
Well,
Oh,
it was
yikes.
probably like just before PC was a thing.
Like it didn't necessarily used to be a bad connotation. I don't know. Okay, there's the sidetracking again.
Yeah, for the squirrels.
What? Squirrels?
So yeah, it's going to be largely Wolf and Dex, which, you know, those two characters in a scene. They did well last time though. They're just difficult to play. And they got to go find Bert and then go find Micky Silver, who has quite the surprise for them.
Yeah, I can't remember what that is anymore.
It has to do with
yeah, I remember now. Never mind, I remember now.
Okay.
Yes, and I think the trick is that I really don't know anything about Micky Silver. I'm not even sure where we came up with the name Micky Silver.
You have a problem with that. You want a whole well-established character in your head before you play them.
I absolutely do, or else they come up with surprises like an evil goat.
I think that happens even when we know the characters.
And then you end up with extra scenes in another chapter because nothing paces out correctly.
Well, we don't know that.
I'm still blaming you, Wolf. Oh no. It would be rather funny if Wolf insists on going into the pen, but I think Wolf is smart enough to know if Dex is like, I'll get this one. He's gonna let him do it.
You know, Wolf has nothing to prove in this game. And quite honestly, I think he's stretched pretty thin. Cruiser he can't find. Chance is not in great repair. Fletcher is down for the count. And now Dex's dad is in the hospital.
And
what do I missing?
One other big person there.
Emery is lost.
She would like to point out she is not at all lost. But she is wondering where they are at.
Well, they're wondering where she's at too, so I guess
she hasn't moved. Oh, that's not true. She moved once. Not voluntarily.
Yeah. I don't think that helps.
So we established Micky was what, at the gas station?
I don't think we ever established that.
I thought we said in the scene who told you that? And he said, Micky, and that's not like him to talk. Oh, that was Mason. That was Mason he was talking to. That's actually a scene earlier. Mason visiting Dex's dad. We'll have to briefly check through that because I think we mentioned somewhere about where Micky is from.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, shocking.
I can
like
pull it
forgot.
over. Where is it? Here.
Don't worry, kid. It's not my first heart attack rodeo. You know, I think I kind of like his dad. I can't remember what we named him, but I like him.
What did we name him?
It's all the way up at the beginning.
It is. You would think, though, that it would be in here somewhere.
I don't think so.
This
But
out.
what we know in this scene is that Dex, Wolf, and Chance are going to go to Dex's childhood home. I think Chance will probably be a little shocked by it.
Yeah.
Wolf maybe in a little way because Dex doesn't look like the kind of guy to come from this kind of place if you were one to believe in stereotypes, but they're no fun. And they're going to find some interesting information that Bert is the holder of, because frankly, if you had something important like a thumb drive with information that you didn't want anyone to get to that you didn't trust, putting it around the neck of Satan himself is a really good idea.
Spoiler
Fun
alert.
fact, goats wear collars. Sometimes they wear little sweaters too.
Now,
not
so they're gonna visit Bert first. And then go
well,
track
yeah,
down.
there's no way that he's not going to do anything besides go to the house.
Yeah. Well, and that's a risk in and of itself, because I'm sure Mason is like has alerts out and feelers out for any kind of happenings around the parents and the known support.
Don't you think that he would keep those people on the parent and not on the building?
Well, yeah.
Once
well,
Dex's dad is taken from ambulance from that place, you would want your men to be on the ambulance and on Dex's dad.
I think ideally he would have people on both.
I don't think he gets that many resources.
Well, and that's the thing. He's strapped pretty thin.
And I don't think anyone's going to be watching Devil Goat.
I really hope not.
It's not like they're getting in the field with them. I mean,
yeah, no, I'm
get
just
into the field.
The team doesn't know that though. So that's
Team doesn't know what?
That nobody's watching the house.
They would have a but they would have a fairly good idea that he's not operating. I mean, they know there's nothing out there about them. So they know this isn't a normal operation, which is weird because Mason is very much a normal by the rules kind of guy.
Yes, but Mason's not the only threat, and it wasn't Mason who took Dex's dad.
Do they know that though?
They do know that, because Wolf has a whole conversation with them at the end of that scene. Remember?
Yes, but did he actually say that Sirocco sent him?
No, he didn't name drop Sirocco, but it definitely wasn't said Agent Thomas right here.
Yeah, Agent Thomas. Agent. I was kind of under the impression that Wolf feels that this is someone related to their military. I don't know if he knows that this is the ultimate bad juju guy.
Maybe.
No, it's not good. But I don't think he knows exactly who's behind it. Oh, I'm sorry. What was that, Wolf? You don't know something?
Oh, he's just not talking to you about that.
Oh, you don't have to talk to Emery about it.
I do think that keeps him in the dark a bit more. Because right now they don't really have any information that there's kind of a bigger thing going on.
Well, they know that there's something big behind all of this.
But they don't have any idea that there's multiple parties involved. Like separately coming down on them.
I think they have no idea if Mason is, they know whatever Mason's working for isn't 100% up and up, because the type of operation he's running is not exactly up and by the books, but that doesn't necessarily correlate to some of the shit that's been going on. But ultimately, it really is one guy behind it all.
Mm-hmm. Wahaha.
So this is pretty much how we figure out these scenes.
Whose point of view?
The last one
I
was
think the last
Dex's
one was
point of
Dex's
view.
point of view.
So it can be Wolf or Chance's. And I think Chance is easier to write.
He's easier to write, but doesn't. If he stays on watch, he's not actually going to be near the pin.
You can't really stay on watch if they think that the place is under surveillance. They're going to be sneaking into that pasture.
You just said that they didn't think it was under surveillance.
No, I said that they know that the resources are thin, but they can't eliminate that necessarily. I don't think they're expecting a heavy surveillance, but I don't think Wolf is going to
No, I don't think it's worth
just
the risk.
around. And the most important thing they have to get, even more than investigate the house, is get whatever Dex's dad sent them for with Bert. And I don't, well, I don't know if Wolf firmly gets that Bert is a billy goat at this point, because there was some question about that, but I'm sure it's been resolved by then. So I would think their plan would be to get to Bert first. And then if it seems like there's not a lot of people there, they can get whatever they need, want, and see from the house, and then get to Micky.
That's all one scene.
You know, come to think of it.
Oh no.
Never mind. Never mind. You'll find out when we're playing.
I dislike that. Okay. Okay, who do you think point of view wise?
Chance.
I think it would be nice to see. We haven't seen Chance since their fight.
I think we just said Chance. Well, I said Chance.
I know you said Chance. I was working through the reasoning on justifying why it would be Chance.
Because Wolf's a bastard to get into his head, and so is Dex. Luckily, we just did Dex. And
Yes.
I'm still a little pissy at Wolf from the last scene I had to do where I played him.
Why?
Because it was very, very, very manipulative. I mean, granted, it was the type of manipulation that you need and was very much good and well-intentioned, but it was manipulative. And he said things.
Yeah, no, I fully feel that, and I agree. He was a manipulative bastard. Yeah.
Absolutely, totally, 100%. I mean, Chance, sometimes you have to. Chance thinks he's the king of manipulation, but nope. Chance don't even know he got manipulated in that scene.
No. No, and the thing is, Chance likes to deny all of his actual emotions, which makes him pretty easy to actually manipulate if you know what you're doing.
That's not true. He likes to fully admit his it feels good emotion.
It's not an emotion.
Happy emotion. Horny emotion. He likes his feelings.
In any of the hedonistic aspect of things, but none of the vulnerable and invested ones. Those we would like.
He's invested in
hedonism. Are not there.
He's got some serious investment in hedonistic tendencies.
Yeah, not the emotionally, I'm invested in who you are and all of that interpersonal stuff. No, we're not.
We're not. Personally, he doesn't like anything that is anything close to the C word.
No.
The filthy,
No.
filthy commitment. Oh,
Oh, look, he ran away.
emotional entanglement.
No.
Unless the emotion is orgasm, I'm out.
Yes. Yes, and he doesn't like emotional entanglement platonically either.
And no, and yet, you know, you have to admit him and Fletcher are deeply emotionally entangled.
Well, him and the whole team are,
Not
specifically
that
Fletcher.
not that they went into that willing.
No, no, absolutely not. But yeah, okay, so now we have to figure out, I have to figure out the scene setup. Okay.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you've managed to make it this far, frankly, you're a better woman than I, Gunga Din, and you also know a lot of the little secrets coming up in the book and our personal names, phone numbers, and addresses. Yes.
Which
You're
will
brilliant.
be edited out.
It'll be like a little Easter egg hunt.
Oh, good. This meeting will
And
end in 10 minutes. I really hate you, Zoom.
well,
If
we really were only
anybody
supposed to go
has
on for
another
10 minutes.
option
So in
for
all
Zoom.
fairness, we are over time. How that works. Kitty, 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 yak.
All right, hold
Yeah.
on. I got to figure
Don't
out how
come
to
back.
stop this.
Oh, should we do an outro?
Should we?
I don't know. Should we just disappear when we run out of time?
I don't know how that works. I'm guessing that they cut
I
us
don't know,
off.
but you've got all these like swords and cool things in your background, and I've got a clock and a bowl and a candle.
I also have your suitcase.
Eggplant. It's very, very not tough. Maybe I'll put like,
But yours is very sleek.
I would like a stuffed unicorn head up there.
Yeah. You should like trophy hunting, like a stuffed unicorn, or like those
Only mythical beast.
yeah.
Narwhal.
Yes.
Well, not mythical.
Let's not,
Actually, they're not.
but still.
Got the sword on its head.
Uh-huh. You can do one of those jackalopes.
Well, and on that note, since we're
Yes.
sidetracking again,
Highly
I'll do the
sophisticated.
outro and say, I'm an idiot. She's a fool. And we're done.
That's it.
Peace out.
All we got.